This has been a difficult 24 hours. Not only did we get piped by Leeds 3-0, but now Arsenal are potentially going to secure a player that I've been avidly asking for years. 2 years I've been asking for Pedro Neto, and I'm going to end up for Eric Gordon or Anthony Gordon or whatever his name is for the same price. Ridiculous. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Kavkas View. You all know what I stand for on this channel. I stand for honesty. I don't care if it offends. I was the first person to say Frank Lampard was not ready for the job. Loved the player, don't like the manager, we're not gonna go far. I will be the first person to stand here and speak my mind. I don't care if it doesn't get likes. I don't care if it does not fit in with the popular crew. I don't care if I don't get interviews in the future. This channel is always going to resemblance my feed. So today we are going to talk about the 3 biggest issues at Chelsea Football Club that Thomas Tuchel is not seeing. I will get into that at the end of the video. In the news portion, we've got massive story. We got Wesley Fofana. Wesley Fofana is going to be a Chelsea. Brendan Rodgers all but confirmed. Then you've got Pedro Neto. Ornstein drops an Ornstein bomb, a grenade into it this morning that has got the whole of Chelsea Twitter, the whole of the Chelsea fan base, has got me avidly angry. The news about Pedro Neto to Arsenal, Manchester United for £50 million is ridiculous. I need to talk about that. And finally, Hakim Ziyech. The Hakim Ziyech that came on. The Hakim Ziyech that came on and tried to make an impact. Went to Amsterdam an hour and a half later. He went to Ajax to negotiate deal. Why on earth is Hakim Ziyech playing for us if he's about to leave the club? Can we please get to the bottom of it? This is going to be a passionate video. This is going to be a very angry video. A lot of you are going to get upset because of a lot of things I'm going to say are not popular now, but in 4 or 5 weeks time, a lot of you are going to be happy. Before we get started, I need to get 1,000 likes on this. And you guys are the key to do. Each one of you do your part, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel so this video goes to every Chelsea fan. Goes to all football fans. Because we've got a lot to discuss here. And if you don't want to build the community that I'm aiming to build here, number 1, follow me on Instagram. The pinned comment has my Instagram link. Go and follow me there, and we will talk in the DMs. Hit me up in the DMs with what you guys think the biggest problems are. And then I will respond 9 out of 10 times via voice note, and I will get around to responding to you guys. But otherwise, let's get on with it. You all know how much I rate Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is one of the best young players in the league. And now, seeing he's available for £50 million, and Arsenal are on track to get him because they're willing to bid 35, it's a season-in offer, and my club is after Thomas Gordon. Not Anthony Gordon, Thomas Gordon. The guy's a maze runner. The guy is just good at running. No technical ability, no ability to shoot, no ability to cross, no ability to go on his left or right foot. Very basic player. Popular because of the youth academy he came out of. He is not good enough. He is not the player we should be chasing for £50 million. Pedro Neto, on the other hand, is the player Chelsea should be chasing. Both-footed, ability to beat a man off a dribble, ability to pick a pass out, ability to be individualistic and create something because he can attack a man. Chelsea need to stop messing around. Go and get the right. Ornstein dropped this bomb this morning and he said the player is available for £50 million. The fact that Pedro Neto is available for £50 million and these idiots have been chasing Anthony Gordon from Everton. Anthony bloody Gordon from Everton blows my mind. It boils my blood because it makes me very upset. It shows that the talent identification here at this club is not good. But what else am I meant to expect? What else am I meant to expect? We went from Rafinha to Anthony Gordon. We went from De Ligt trying to buy De Ligt. Let that sink in. De Ligt, Ake, and finally we got Koulibaly and Fofana. Hopefully those deals happen and they are proficient and they work out. But yet the talent identification of Thomas Tuchel is becoming an issue. Chelsea need to get their shit sorted ASAP. Go and please, I'm begging you, by Pedro. In regards to Wesley Fofana, the deal looks like it's set to happen, man. The deal looks like it's set to happen. Number 1, the guy actively did not play for the Leicester City this weekend. He refused to play. I don't care what Rodgers said. It is allegedly he refused to play. Like, the rumors coming out is that he said he's not in the right frame of mind to play. Rodgers didn't believe neither him or Tielemans were in the right frame of mind to play, so he left them out the squad. Both players want out the club. It's evident. And now after the game, Rodgers said something very interesting. And you don't say stuff like this. And this really makes me laugh because you don't say stuff like this if the player's not leaving. He said, clubs like us need to get used to selling players as long as we bring the right talent in. And that, for me, is damage. It means you're resigned to letting him go. It went from he's not for sale at any price to at the right price to clubs like us need to understand basically our role. We need to stay in our lane. when Chelsea comes knocking, our players will be leaving as long as they pay the right money. Look, £80 million is a heck of a lot of money. Chelsea are going to bid that. They're going to secure the talent of the kid for the next 6 years. Wesley Fofana's going to come in, and I don't even know, I'll be honest, if Fofana's going to be the long-term solution under this system, because we look very toothless. We look very edgy, and it does not look very inspiring, I'll be honest. Now on to Hakim Ziyech, and this really irritates. Hakim Ziyech comes on against Leeds, we're losing 3-0, and all of a sudden, after the game, Hakim Ziyech boards the flight, goes to Amsterdam, has himself a good time, agreeing personal terms with Ajax. Number one, I want Hakim Ziyech out, because I actually think he needs to go and play football, but where does Thomas Tuchel's logic come into? If you full well know Hakim Ziyech is negotiating the deal with Ajax, why on earth are you bringing him on? Why is he playing ahead of Callum Hudson-Odoi? Why is he coming on ahead of Callum Hudson-Odoi? His brother put up a picture on Instagram linking him to Ajax. Once again, his brother actively confirms the move, because the reports straight after the game were that he has gone to Holland to negotiate the deal. 24 hours later, his brother's putting up a picture of him in an Ajax top. The reporters in Holland are coming out with deals are personally agreed, and the only thing depending now is Anthony to Manchester United. As soon as Anthony's confirmed, Hakim Ziyech gets his ass over to Amsterdam and plays for Ajax again. When I said that was his level from the beginning, when I said he was an Arsenal level player, no one wanted to listen. Now, I'm right again, and all of you are in the mud. Sorry, he is not good enough for Chelsea. He needs to move on. Thomas needs to sort himself out. Chelsea have got 3 major problems, and we are going to go into them in detail on my YouTube channel. But at this moment in time, we need to quickly break it down. Number one is the midfielder. I'm not saying we need Declan Rice, but I am telling you now we need some legs in that midfield. Someone combative that can win challenges and can get us to and from our box to the opposition. Number 2, we need a creative winger. I am sick and tired of having Mason Mount in isolations on wide. That's not his position. He's not good at it. We're making him do things he's not comfortable. And finally, we need a right centre, because if I have to see another game of Reece James consistently being played out of position and us taking out goals from a team that already lacks goals, I'm going to pull my hair out. Chelsea need to sort this out. Thomas Tuchel, is your responsibility to sort this out. Sort it out before you lose your job. Let's get into the details though, because I think the details and the explanation of this needs to be important, because a lot of people are going to jump on my neck. Number one, the winger. The winger needs to have some sort of pace and creativity about him. There were numerous moments in this game and other games that you watch Chelsea play where Mason Mount is on the wing and he's expected to take an individual on and push the player on a one-on-one system, but he can't. He hasn't got the pace, hasn't got the explosiveness, and it causes issues, because then there's no delivery, there's no people in the box. It's everything needs to be combination, everything needs to be slow, teams get and become compact. We need Pedro Neto, Ousmane Dembele, any type of Rafinha, someone that can create, someone that can engineer some availability by themselves. We don't have that in this, and we are going to struggle for the foreseeable future until we solve. I watched PSG, I watched Real Madrid, I've watched Bayern Munich. They all play with 3 at the back. All of them play with 3 at the back, and guess what? All of them have free-flowing, active midfields and wingers and wing-backs and twin tens and everyone that does their job to the T. It's because they have physicality and pace. If you don't have those 2 things, you will struggle. I'm sorry. Midfielder is imperative. Kante and Kovacic cannot be counted. The 2 cannot be counted on. They get injured too much. They get overplayed, overworked, and then we complain. And then the issues arise. And the issues are key, because then Jorginho gets targeted and people start blaming Jorginho. We saw the ramifications of Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Conor Gallagher. Both of them being asked to do roles that they're not ready for. Ruben had 1 good game at right wing back. Everyone thinks he's the solution there. Conor Gallagher plays in the 6. Exposed. Absolutely exposed. He's not ready for that position. He'll never be ready. We need a combative midfielder. Someone that's comfortable on the ball, that can pass the ball to a decent standard. I'm not asking Cesc Fabregas level. I just mean shift the ball forward and quick. You look at teams like PSG and they've got Vitinha there. You looked at Bayern Munich in the back and they used to have Thiago in there. Players that moved the ball forward, progressed the ball, had a little bit of a crunch in a tackle. Now we have got a toothless, lazy, lackluster midfield. There's just no energy, there's no spark. We need a Basuma. Basuma was available, we didn't go for Basuma. And all of a sudden, now we're stuck in a predicament where we've got 5 centre midfielders, 2 of them we can't count on. 1 gets scapegoated no matter what goes, and the other 2 just aren't good enough to play consistently for Chelsea Football Club. And that's the sad reality. That really is the sad reality. And finally, we need that right centre-back, because that right centre-back is imperative for me to stop seeing Reece James at right centre-back. Reece James is too good of a player to be playing at the right centre-back. Reece James will explode at the right wing-back position. Not because he's so individualistic and he creates so many multiple opportunities. It's because he has all the traits, all the attributes to be a good, productive right wing-back. This team's shit. Let's be honest. This team concedes not a lot of goals, but concedes their fair share from individualistic, stupid mistakes and because he can't defend set pieces. But the biggest issue is we don't score enough. So taking Alonso and Reece out of this team, you're just removing around about 11, 12 goals from a team that can't score already. All of a sudden, you're creating more problems than we already had. We already had a bag of shit on our table, and now you just added more. Like, please, fix it. Small changes. I'm not even asking you to go and spend stupid money. I'm just asking you to be realistic in who we get. Sometimes it needs to be the right player, not the expensive player. So you look at Fulham. Fulham signed a very good defensive, Pereira, I think it is called. You look at Wolves. Wolves went and got a great combative midfielder in Nunez. You look at other teams, they've all went and actively bought a midfielder. We haven't signed a midfielder to come in and be a starter since 2018. People, we have an issue here. We need to refresh that area of the team. This is the Kavkas View. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out, I'm out.